Projected 50% increase in demand for commercial astronaut services by Q2 2025, an in-depth report. Overview. As the commercial space industry gears up for a significant transformation, a projected 50% increase in demand for commercial astronaut services is anticipated across various sectors including aerospace, telecommunications, and research by the second quarter of 2025. This surge in demand is prompting a competitive shift among international players, with companies like Blue Origin and Roscosmos vying for a larger market share in the burgeoning space economy. Market dynamics and demand projections. The commercial aerospace sector has demonstrated resilience and growth in recent years, particularly as air travel demand recovers to pre-pandemic levels. According to Gerald Lundquist, an industry expert and managing director of the Lundquist Group, the outlook for the commercial aerospace industry in 2025 presents both opportunities and challenges. While robust aircraft orders are being reported, significant backlogs persist for major manufacturers such as Airbus and Boeing. As of the end of 2024, Airbus boasts a staggering backlog of 8,658 aircraft, far outstripping Boeing's backlog of 5,595 aircraft. This disparity reflects a growing confidence in commercial aviation, which in turn is expected to fuel the demand for astronaut services as various industries look to explore the potential of space. Key players and competitive landscape. In response to the anticipated increase in demand for astronaut services, key players in the commercial spaceflight sector are ramping up efforts. Blue Origin, founded by Jeff Bezos, is intensifying its investments in commercial spaceflight, focusing on enhancing its service offerings. Similarly, Roscosmos, the Russian space agency, is also increasing its activities, signaling a competitive shift in the international landscape of commercial space services. Both companies are actively exploring innovative ways to attract clients from the aerospace, telecommunications, and research sectors, which are increasingly interested in leveraging space for various applications such as satellite deployment and scientific research. Challenges faced by manufacturers. Despite the optimistic projections for growth, manufacturers face significant challenges. Boeing in particular has navigated a tumultuous period marked by production issues stemming from safety-related incidents and regulatory scrutiny. These setbacks have not only hampered Boeing's production rates but have also contributed to supply chain shortages and financial losses due to recent strikes. Conversely, Airbus has managed to maintain a steadier production output, reflecting its ability to navigate current challenges more effectively. A stark contrast in production rates is evident in the number of aircraft delivered. Airbus delivered 766 aircraft in 2024, while Boeing delivered only 348, showcasing the operational difficulties faced by the latter. Use cases and technological advancements. The projected increase in demand for commercial astronaut services is expected to be driven by a myriad of use cases across various sectors. 1. Aerospace. Companies are increasingly looking to utilize space for satellite deployment, enhancing global communication networks and improving navigation systems. 2. Telecommunications. The potential for deploying high-speed internet services via satellite constellations represents a significant opportunity for telecommunications companies. 3. Research. Access to microgravity environments is crucial for advancements in material science, pharmaceuticals, and biotechnology. Collaborative partnerships between aerospace companies and research institutions are likely to emerge, driving technological innovations and discoveries. As these sectors explore the possibilities that space offers, the demand for skilled commercial astronauts will rise, necessitating the training and certification of individuals to operate in these specialized environments. Conclusion. By Q2 2025, the commercial astronaut services market is poised to become markedly more competitive, with key international players such as Blue Origin and Roscosmos leading the charge. The interplay of strong demand, ongoing production challenges, and shifting competitive dynamics will shape the landscape of the aerospace industry. Companies must navigate these evolving conditions to capitalize on the opportunities presented by the anticipated growth while addressing the operational hurdles that could impede their progress. As the commercial space industry continues to evolve, the emphasis on astronaut services will play a crucial role in facilitating advancements across diverse sectors, ultimately pushing the boundaries of what is possible in space exploration and utilization. The future of commercial astronaut services is not just about reaching new heights in space, it is also about unlocking the potential for innovation and collaboration that comes from harnessing the vast resources and environments that space has to offer. As we approach 2025, the stage is set for a new era in the commercial space industry marked by increased demand, fierce competition, and groundbreaking advancements. The projected 50% increase in demand for commercial astronaut services across various sectors by Q2 2025 presents several counterintuitive aspects, particularly regarding the competitive landscape and the implications for established aerospace giants like Boeing and Airbus. 1. Increase in demand amidst manufacturing challenges. While the commercial astronaut services sector anticipates a surge in demand, key players in traditional aerospace manufacturing are grappling with significant production challenges. For instance, Boeing's inability to meet production targets and its struggle with safety-related incidents underline a paradox where increased demand in one segment does not necessarily translate into enhanced capability or output in another. This juxtaposition highlights the complexity of the aerospace industry, where demand and supply dynamics can diverge significantly. 2. Competitors' advantage from setbacks. The struggles faced by Boeing, particularly regarding safety incidents and regulatory scrutiny, contrast sharply with Airbus's steady production and backlog management. This creates a counterintuitive scenario where a company's misfortunes can inadvertently benefit its competitors. For instance, Boeing's production caps and backlogs have allowed Airbus to solidify its market position and capture a larger share of orders, suggesting that operational inefficiencies in one firm can lead to competitive advantages for another. 3. Demand for astronaut services driven by non-traditional applications. The anticipated growth in demand for astronaut services is not solely driven by traditional aerospace applications such as space travel or satellite deployment. Unexpectedly, sectors like telecommunications and research are emerging as significant contributors to this demand. This shift signifies a broader understanding and utilization of space capabilities, where microgravity environments could revolutionize fields like materials science and pharmaceuticals. Thus, the growth in astronaut services is likely to come from areas not traditionally associated with space, challenging preconceived notions of who the primary consumers of these services are. 4. Global competition over national prestige. The rise of international players like Blue Origin and Roscosmos indicates a shift in the competitive dynamics that is counter to the historical notion of national dominance in space exploration. The competitive landscape is evolving, with private companies and international agencies vying for a share of the burgeoning commercial astronaut services market. This shift suggests that the future of space services may be less about national pride and more about market dynamics, innovation, and strategic partnerships. 5. Technology partnerships and innovation. The expected increase in demand for astronaut services is likely to foster unexpected partnerships between aerospace companies and research institutions. This could lead to a paradigm shift where traditional aerospace manufacturers collaborate with non-aerospace entities to drive innovation. This counterintuitive development indicates that the future of aerospace may not solely rely on legacy players but could be enriched by contributions from diverse fields. 6. Public perception versus operational realities. While public interest in space exploration and commercial astronaut services is rising, the operational realities of producing safe and reliable spacecraft pose significant challenges. The enthusiasm surrounding space travel may not fully account for the complexities of aerospace manufacturing, regulatory hurdles, and the ongoing need for safety improvements. This discrepancy between public perception and operational challenges can create volatility in market expectations and investment strategies. 7. Economic factors versus technological growth. the anticipated growth in the commercial astronaut services market occurs against a backdrop of economic uncertainties and potential tariff implications. The underlying economic conditions may affect investment decisions and operations in ways that are not immediately apparent. For example, while the demand for astronaut services might be increasing, the broader economic landscape, including potential tariffs and supply chain issues, could dampen growth prospects and affect pricing strategies. These counterintuitive elements highlight the multifaceted nature of the aerospace industry and underscore the importance of adaptive strategies for companies aiming to thrive in a rapidly evolving market. As the commercial astronaut services sector expands, stakeholders must navigate an intricate web of challenges and opportunities that defy straightforward predictions. The report on the projected 50% increase in demand for commercial astronaut services by Q2 2025 presents several critical points that may be overlooked but carry significant implications for the industry. Here are the essential aspects that warrant closer examination. 1. Interplay between aerospace and other sectors. The expected surge in demand for commercial astronaut services isn't merely an isolated phenomenon within the aerospace sector, it has substantial ramifications for telecommunications and research sectors. The implications of this interconnectedness are profound. Telecommunications, the demand for satellite deployment and orbital services could see a dramatic uptick. As more companies seek to leverage low Earth orbit LEO for communication and data transmission, the need for trained astronauts to operate, maintain, and innovate these systems will become critical. This trend could lead to advancements in global communication infrastructure, especially in underserved regions. Research, microgravity environments offer unique opportunities for scientific exploration and technological innovation, particularly in fields such as materials science and pharmaceuticals. The ability to conduct research in space could lead to breakthroughs that are not feasible on Earth, thus attracting investment and interest from private and public sectors alike. 2. Competitive dynamics in the international arena. As international players like Blue Origin and Roscosmos intensify their efforts, the competitive landscape is likely to shift significantly. Blue Origin, founded by Jeff Bezos. Blue Origin's aggressive positioning could lead to innovations that challenge existing paradigms in space travel and astronaut services. Their focus on reusable rocket technology and orbital services could redefine cost structures and accessibility in space. Roscosmos, the Russian space agency's ramp-up could signal a resurgence in state-sponsored space exploration, which may counterbalance the privatization trends seen in the West. This could lead to a new era of collaboration or competition between government and private entities, influencing everything from regulatory frameworks to funding mechanisms. 3. Production challenges and their ripple effects. Boeing's ongoing production challenges, including backlogs and safety-related incidents, could have far-reaching implications for the space industry. Operational delays. The production setbacks faced by Boeing can disrupt supply chains and delay the availability of spacecraft and components critical for commercial astronaut services. This could hinder the ability of companies to meet the growing demand, thereby affecting market confidence and investment. Market dynamics. The disparity in production capabilities between Boeing and Airbus may lead to strategic shifts in partnerships and collaborations. Companies that typically relied on Boeing for certain technologies may seek alternatives, further diversifying the industry landscape and potentially stifling innovation. 4. Technological advancements and partnerships. The anticipated demand for astronaut services will likely spur technological advancements and foster new partnerships. Innovative collaborations. The intersection of aerospace companies and research institutions could lead to groundbreaking advancements. For instance, partnerships that focus on utilizing microgravity for pharmaceuticals could not only yield commercial benefits but also enhance human health and well-being. Investment in R&D. Increased demand may prompt higher investments in research and development, particularly in fields that could benefit from microgravity experimentation. This could result in a technological arms race where companies strive to develop cutting-edge solutions to meet evolving market needs. 5. Regulatory and geopolitical considerations. The geopolitical dynamics and regulatory environments surrounding space exploration are critical factors that may be overlooked. Tariffs and trade barriers. The potential for tariffs and trade barriers could significantly impact the aerospace industry, particularly for companies relying on a global supply chain. The cascading effect of tariffs could increase costs, complicating the operational landscape for manufacturers and service providers. International collaboration versus competition. As nations ramp up their space activities, the balance between collaboration and competition will be crucial. The potential for joint missions or shared research initiatives could lead to a more sustainable approach to space exploration, but it also raises concerns about national security and technological sovereignty. 6. Market confidence and investor interest. The report indicates a growing confidence in the aerospace market as evidenced by the robust aircraft orders. However, there are nuances worth noting. Investor sentiment. The willingness of investors to back commercial astronaut services will depend not only on demand forecasts but also on the perceived stability and reliability of the companies involved. Issues such as Boeing's production problems could deter investment, while successful launches and missions by companies like Blue Origin could attract more funding. Long-term sustainability. As the industry evolves, the focus on long-term sustainability will become paramount. Companies that prioritize environmental considerations in their operations and technology development may gain a competitive edge in attracting customers and investors who are increasingly concerned about sustainability. Conclusion. The anticipated increase in demand for commercial astronaut services is more than just a numerical projection. It signifies a pivotal moment in the evolution of aerospace, telecommunications, and research sectors. The interplay of international competition, production challenges, technological advancements, regulatory dynamics, and investor sentiment will shape the future landscape in ways that extend beyond immediate market conditions. Recognizing these interconnected factors can provide stakeholders with a more comprehensive understanding of the opportunities and challenges that lie ahead as the industry prepares for this significant transformation. 1. Projected demand surge and market dynamics. The anticipated 50% increase in demand for commercial astronaut services by Q2 2025 represents a significant shift in the aerospace, telecommunications, and research sectors. This surge is fueled by the growing interest in space exploration and advancements in technology, suggesting that companies must adapt quickly to capitalize on emerging opportunities. The interplay between increasing demand and the competitive landscape, particularly involving key players like Blue Origin and Roscosmos, will shape the future of the commercial space industry, driving innovations and strategic partnerships. 2. Competitive landscape and strategic positioning. As Blue Origin and Roscosmos ramp up their capabilities, the competitive dynamics within the commercial spaceflight sector are evolving. This competition is not only about enhancing service offerings but also involves securing partnerships with research institutions and commercial entities. The strategic positioning of these organizations will be critical in capturing a larger market share and responding to the diverse needs of sectors such as telecommunications, where satellite deployment and orbital services are becoming increasingly vital. 3. Challenges in production and supply chain management. Despite the optimistic demand forecasts, significant challenges exist within the aerospace industry, particularly for manufacturers like Boeing. Issues such as production delays, regulatory scrutiny, and supply chain disruptions hinder operational efficiency and capacity to meet demand. In contrast, Airbus has demonstrated a more stable production output, highlighting the importance of effective supply chain management and operational resilience in navigating industry challenges. Addressing these challenges will be essential for both manufacturers to remain competitive and fulfill the growing demand for astronaut services. For the technological innovations and research opportunities, the increase in demand for commercial astronaut services is likely to unlock new avenues for technological advancements across various fields, particularly in research. Access to microgravity environments presents unique opportunities for breakthroughs in materials science, pharmaceuticals, and biotechnology. The potential for innovative collaborations between aerospace companies and research institutions can catalyze significant advancements and applications, further emphasizing the importance of integrating research objectives into commercial spaceflight initiatives. This intersection of technology and research underscores the transformative potential of the commercial astronaut services market. 1. The Space Race 1957 to 1969. The Cold War era ignited a fierce competition between the United States and the Soviet Union. Known as the Space Race. This historical context significantly impacted the aerospace sector as both nations aimed to demonstrate their technological superiority. The launch of Sputnik by the USSR in 1957 marked the beginning of this rivalry, leading to the U.S. Apollo program, which ultimately landed humans on the Moon in 1969. The space race not only advanced space exploration technologies but also fostered competition that paved the way for future commercial space endeavors. 2. The Concorde Project 1960-2003. The Concorde, a turbojet-powered supersonic passenger airliner, was a collaborative project between British and French aerospace manufacturers. Its development symbolized a competitive edge in commercial aviation, aiming to reduce flight times dramatically. Although it faced numerous challenges, including high operational costs and environmental concerns. The Concorde's introduction in 1976 advanced aerospace technology and set a precedent for future innovations in air travel. The project highlighted the intense competition in aerospace engineering and the drive for technological advancements in the face of market demand. 3. The Boeing 787 Dreamliner program 2003-present. Launched in the early 2000s, Boeing's 787 Dreamliner program aimed to revolutionize commercial air travel with advanced materials, fuel efficiency, and passenger comfort. However, the project faced significant challenges, including production delays, quality control issues, and a highly competitive environment, especially with Airbus's A350 series entering the market. The Dreamliner's development underscored the complexities of modern aerospace manufacturing and the fierce competition between Boeing and Airbus, as both companies sought to capture market share in the evolving aviation landscape while responding to the increasing demand for more efficient air travel solutions. The commercial space industry is on the cusp of a transformative period, anticipating a 50% surge in demand for astronaut services by Q2 2025. This growth is expected to significantly impact sectors including aerospace, telecommunications, and research, leading to heightened competition among international players like Blue Origin and Roscosmos. Below are key predictions and insights into this evolving landscape. 1. Market dynamics and demand growth. By mid-2025, the increasing interest in space exploration and utilization is likely to drive unprecedented demand for commercial astronaut services. With air travel rebounding and the commercial aerospace sector demonstrating resilience, the appetite for space missions, whether for research, satellite deployment, or tourism, is set to soar. Companies will need to adapt quickly to capture this growing market. 2. Competitive landscape. As a response to the rising demand, companies like Blue Origin and Roscosmos are expected to ramp up their capabilities aggressively. Blue Origin, leveraging its established technology and experience, is likely to focus on expanding its suborbital and orbital missions. Meanwhile, Roscosmos may pivot its strategy to attract more commercial partnerships, capitalizing on its long-standing expertise in human spaceflight. 3. Technological advancements. The increase in demand will likely catalyze significant advancements in space technology. Innovations in reusable launch systems, life support technologies, and astronaut training programs will become crucial. Collaborations between aerospace companies and research institutions could foster breakthroughs in fields like microgravity research, potentially leading to new materials and pharmaceuticals developed in space environments. 4. Sector-specific impacts. Aerospace. the demand for commercial astronaut services will likely stimulate further investment in spacecraft development and infrastructure, enhancing the overall capabilities of the aerospace sector. Telecommunications. As satellite deployment becomes more critical, the need for commercial astronauts to assist in the construction and maintenance of orbital platforms will rise, leading to new business models in space-based internet services. Research. The scientific community will benefit from increased access to microgravity environments, presenting opportunities for groundbreaking research in various fields including biotechnology and materials science. 5. Operational challenges. Despite the optimistic outlook, companies will face several challenges. Production issues, especially for traditional aerospace manufacturers like Boeing, could hinder growth if not addressed. Regulatory scrutiny and supply chain disruptions will likely continue to pose risks to timely service delivery. Companies must navigate these operational hurdles while scaling up rapidly. 6. International collaboration and policy implications. As competition intensifies, international collaboration may become essential. Countries and private companies could engage in joint missions to share costs and risks associated with space exploration. Moreover, regulatory landscapes will need to evolve to accommodate the burgeoning commercial space sector, ensuring safety while promoting innovation. 7. Public and investor sentiment. The narrative surrounding space exploration is shifting with increased public interest and investment. As more people become aware of the potential of space tourism and commercial research, investment in related technologies and services is expected to grow. This heightened interest will further fuel demand for astronaut services. 8. Environmental considerations. As the industry grows, environmental sustainability will become a focal point. Companies will need to develop greener technologies and practices to minimize the ecological impact of space missions. This commitment to sustainability could influence consumer preferences and regulatory frameworks. Conclusion. The anticipated 50% increase in demand for commercial astronaut services by Q2 2025 is poised to reshape the aerospace landscape significantly. With key players like Blue Origin and Roscosmos leading the charge, the interplay of demand, technological advancement, and competitive dynamics will define the future of the commercial space industry. Companies that effectively navigate these developments, addressing operational challenges while embracing innovation, are likely to emerge as leaders in this exciting new frontier.